Welcome to Stephen Follows Instructions. I'm migrating my WordPress site. Here's the situation, or here's the setup. I have a WordPress site. It's called leftish.media. You can figure that out for yourself. But here it is. It's a nice site. I like it. I use it reasonably often. I don't want to lose it. And I like to keep my hand in on WordPress, so I don't use my regular software to run it. I just use WordPress. It is currently sitting here in Reclaim Cloud. And there it is. There's the app server. And I want it to go. I need to find it. I don't think I have a copy open at the moment. So let's do that. So I want it to go into my OVH because yeah. Now I always forget where to sign in on this thing. Can never remember. Never ever remember my customer account. There we go. So there's my password manager, and I'll autofill this. Log in, and it's probably going to ask to phone me or something. I forget which it'll do. And here's why. As compared to this, which keeps refilling this, I can't afford this anymore. So that's why I'm doing what I'm doing. So let's find. Okay, let's kill that. I don't need that. I don't need that. 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 Okay, there we go. So, so I have my VPS. Here we go, virtual private service. I didn't notice this at first, but there's little blue dots where you have something happening, right? So I have public IP addresses, and I have virtual private server. So here's my virtual private server coming to you live from Canada. Here it is, and we can just pop into this. Slowly, obviously. So anyhow, I want my website to go from there to here. Now the way I've set up my server, and it's a bit difficult to just visualize. Maybe I'll draw a picture, because we're sort of getting to that point where yeah. So yes, I use PowerPoint to draw pictures. What are you going to do about it? Okay, so I have my VPS, which is the big box. All right, and we don't need any fill on this. Whoops, not fill, shape fill. No fill. Okay, so this is my VPS. And it's so slow, this stuff. All right, so Ubuntu, it's an Ubuntu VPS, and it has a file system on it with things like, well, we can actually see the file system that's on it because I'm connected to it with my VS Code. So let's open the folder, and so we'll just go all the way to the top so you can see. Yes, I trust myself. So bin, root, dev, etc., home, all the way down, SRV, which is where all my web stuff is, and which is really the only thing we're interested in at the moment. So apps, mail, proxy, shared, and www. So this is a local directory with all of my websites. This has nothing in it. This is my proxy server. I use Caddy. It's a reverse proxy, which means that somebody accesses my VPS box. Caddy will direct the request to the right service. Doesn't matter what it is. Doesn't matter what the domain name is. Caddy will do that. It uses a Caddy file, you can see here, to redirect traffic to different places. It will probably also redirect traffic to WordPress on this thing. Mail, I'm not doing anything. Here are my apps. So that's just where I'm storing some old stuff. Redirector is a simple little service that I made as a redirection service. So I can send stuff that's got one URL to a place with a different URL. Grasshopper is the application I wrote myself, and inside Grasshopper it's actually got a database. Whoops, that's not it. A database. And so it's got a MariaDB running in another container. So if we look at it this way, right, so SRV, and then, whoops, that's too far. So apps with my applications. I got a great memory. It's just super short. Oops, wrong one. Apps, proxy, and www are the main things, right? So proxy and www. Right, and then I have these Docker boxes. I'll just copy this and make it smaller. Okay, so here's one Docker box, and it's got oops. So it's got Grasshopper in it. Another box. All right, okay, that's what I'm doing. So Docker, Grasshopper. So there's the one box. I guess I'll have to make it bigger to fit. And then I have another box. Oops. Stop it. Hit V instead of C. Brand new keyboard, but I still get the things wrong. Another box that runs Caddy for me. And I have another box that runs Maria for me. So, and another box for the redirector and so on. So a request comes in from outside. It always goes here to Caddy. And in fact, why don't I move this whole assemblage over a little bit? There we go. I'll move this over a little bit, just to indicate what's going on, right? And then Caddy will route you, oops, to the box, your box of choice. So it'll route you to Grasshopper, or it'll route you to Redirector, or probably WordPress. So no problem, right? Actually, right, no problem. So, and then the www files, these are shared files. All of these are shared files on the VPS that correspond to directories inside the Docker container. So, for example, I have htdocs, etc., which corresponds to the Docker application. And then I have others that correspond. Oh, let me just give it another line there. I have another directory called the same as outside, just a coincidence. Just makes my life easier, but it's mapped to, and that's what we call it, mapped to the other directory. Caddy is also mapped to a subdirectory in apps, and presumably the WordPress would be as well. So you might ask, well, where's the Maria database? It's sitting there too. Just moving this down. Why don't they join up? They're supposed to join up. Like, I can move them. Okay, so it's sitting there too. It's just I don't have anything that, I don't have any directions in Caddy that points to it. But it too shares directories with apps, and it can be accessed because it's part of a network from Grasshopper. So I could, and I probably will, install a piece of software like phpMyAdmin, which would go in apps and which would allow Docker to reroute access into the Maria database. The database kind of sits behind the scenes anyways. It would still be some sort of separate application. So anyhow, that's what it looks like now. So I want to take WordPress from where it is and put it into this. I could probably have drawn a better picture, but you get the idea, right? So depending on what the request is, Caddy will, it goes straight to the Caddy that's running inside a Docker container. Caddy redirects it either to WordPress or to Grasshopper or to Redirector, which is in another box. And Redirector will actually just send you on to another place. And then these services access other containers as they need to. And they all share some directories. And so I can look at the shared directories here. So everything that's here can be shared with the applications in one of the boxes. Okay, so how am I going to migrate it? Well, that's where the follows instructions comes in. Because I'm not sure. So what I'm going to do, and this is what I've been doing recently, migrate WordPress to VPS. Okay, so I'm going to migrate WordPress to a VPS. So, and I'm going to ask ChatGPT to help me. I am migrating a WordPress website from Reclaim to my VPS at OVH. How should I start? Let's see what it says. Let's get on and do some actual work here. That'll be funner. okay. The goal of the first step is only to make sure the VPS can serve a blank WordPress install correctly. Good plan. Okay. So, confirm you can. Okay, I've already done that. Okay. Install the required stack. All right. Okay, you're jumping ahead. Okay. My VPS, which I can SSH into, and which I can edit directly via SSH connection from VS Code. Generally uses Caddy to handle requests and has a number of different applications running in Docker containers. The VPS is Ubuntu. I forget which number. Containers can be whatever. All right, because it sort of jumped the gun. So I should be clear with it now. General principles for doing stuff. Remember these. Don't make assumptions. And don't guess. Don't recommend changes that might impact other applications. If you do, warn me. Don't give me long multi-step procedures. Just one or two steps at a time. Don't be too verbose. Treat me as an experienced developer. Who likes things brief and to the point. I've learned you gotta tell ChatGPT these things. There's probably a way to just make this, the default, but I don't know what it is. All right, let's see if it remembers. Decide where WordPress will live. Option A. Clearly option A. Define an isolated WordPress stack. No deploy yet. Okay. So, we're going to create a Docker Compose file. Yeah. This does not touch Caddy, does not expose ports, does not affect other containers. That's exactly what I want. Okay. And it's going to have a volume. Okay. WPHTML. Okay. Okay, I don't like this. Okay. Okay, WPHTML. Okay. Container or app, depends on DB. Okay. I would like the placement of, okay, the volumes where do the volumes live? Okay, so they'll be outside. Docker managed volumes on the host outside the containers. Okay. So let's look at what I've got here. Okay, so we'll go all the way. Let's go all the way to the base directory. So in fact, I'll open the folder just to the base directory. Oops. Okay, come on. No, not bin. I want to go to the core directory. It won't let me. Oh, isn't that interesting? It won't let me. Well, these are all the base directories. So serve is all my server stuff. I don't have, oh, there's the var, which I don't know. Okay. So let's come back and ask it. See, what I'm asking here is, where's this stuff going to go? Like, what's it going to use to share stuff? Right? It's going to share some things. I think it should go in something like serve WP. Thinking. Okay. Right, so, okay, let's come back here. Grasshopper, redirector. All right, let's instruct it thusly. For shared volumes, I like to keep application files, e.g. Docker file, compose in SRV apps application. Well, I don't need to tell it generally. I'll just say in server apps WordPress. shared volumes. In SRV, where will we put it? SRV. La-dee-da-dee-da-dee-da. www. Yeah. In the current case, the site name is leftish.media, but I might want other sites in the future as well. Now that should change some of its thinking. So shared files, shared volumes should be in. There we go. Okay. Other WordPress sites. Okay. Let's see what it says now. Understood. That's a bind mount layout, fully compatible with Docker and future multi-site hosting. Yes. You will keep the app config there. We'll put the data in there. We'll avoid touching other apps. Okay. Okay, so other sites become WordPress site 2, maybe. And separation, no conflict. Yeah. Confirm this host name. Okay, only Leftish Media. Only Leftish Media. Please provide full Docker file or full compose YML. All right, so we're going to go to here, apps in my server. I'm going to create a new directory, which I'll call WordPress. And inside that directory, I'm going to create a file, compose.yml. I really should name these more specifically, but whatever. Okay. Version 3.9, all right. Copy. Oh, is this the, yeah, it's the compose, right. All right. So, the environment, WordPress database host, just database. Okay, I don't know about that. Let's just check this. This might conflict with other databases in the VPS? Question mark. So I don't know. No, it will not. Okay. DB is a Docker service name. Docker Compose creates private DNS namespace. All right. Good enough. We'll copy this. We'll put it in Compose. It's the sort of thing you have to check, though, because oh, what happened here? Oh, nothing. Okay. Matching your layouts and constraints. Okay. Alright, this is the one. It just doesn't have anything at the bottom there, volumes. Okay. Because the volume, it might not be outside. Explain this, please. Nothing more, nothing less. Oh, physically stored in the host under varlib docker volumes. I assume this DB is not wiped out if the container is rebuilt, right? Data persists, the named volume remains intact. The new DB Alright, let's go with this. I'm not too concerned. I'm just being careful because I've learned working with it that you have to be careful. Okay, so we save that. Alright, let's go down. Or define the caddy site block. Let's define the site block. Caddy runs on the host, not in Docker. Nope. sure. Yeah, there we go. Compose. Caddy runs in a container. Here is the compose YAML for caddy. Here is the existing caddy file. Make of that. Makes it cleaner. We do this without ports and without touching existing sites. That's exactly what I want. So add this to your WordPress Compose ML and attach it to the WP service. Okay. Please print full copy this. All right, so there's the web network. Restart unless stopped. Restart unless stopped. Okay, good. So we're rewriting the WordPress Compose file. And we're going to add the extra, the handle for leftish.media. So what's going to happen here, my root, it's going to find the beginning, my PHP site there. This is the PHP, I guess, that it uses. Oh yeah, this is the container. So we're running the command php fast CGI in this container and file server. So we use the file server to send the files back. That's a bit different than the other sites have been doing it. Oh no, they've been using file server as well. Okay, never mind. I said nothing. All right. So let's put that in the caddy file. So we'll put it down at the bottom. Not that it matters, but I love how the formatting just goes off when you do something like, oh yeah, it's this. I'm not sure what happened here for my coloring, but has nothing to do with the braces or anything. It just gets it wrong. It thinks it's doing something, a different type of file. Okay, so we'll save that. All right. Okay, let's come back. That's not it. There it is. All right. Okay, start the stack safely. sync WP content only recommended. What does this mean? Only copy the mutable parts. Differ from the host. Your actual site lives in WP content. Oh, okay, I get it. So plugins, themes, uploads, and multi-user plugins. Right. Yeah. I got it now. Okay. So it's not really an or, but okay. Let's start the server and see whether it runs. Okay, from SRV apps WordPress. So let's go there. WordPress. Okay, and now we're going to run the compose file. Docker compose. Oh, and this must be a diagnosis, I guess. All right. The attribute version is obsolete. It will be removed. Okay. All right. Everything's up and created. Docker compose PS. Yep. Okay. Servers work. The domain name doesn't point to the VPS yet. So I can't access it like that. Okay. So okay. First, okay, before I do that, want to make sure I can get my files in database first. Reclaim cloud uses Virtuoso. Yep. Verify extraction. You see, this is a good instinct, but ChatGPT didn't have it. Okay, first of all, WordPress is in something like, or not specific. Okay, let's see if I find those two things. Okay, so let's go in. All right. It's all in one app server. Let's go in using the shell. Okay. Oh, actually, let's go in using this. And this will give me my I want my files. What's this? Clone environment. No. This opening browser. No, that'll just open the site. SSH access. I won't miss that about this interface. Alright, so here I am. Let's see. Where am I? Home Gelastic. Bin. Oh, goodness sakes. Let's close out of both of these things. Alright, let's go here. There's deployments. I don't know what that is. Okay. Again, like I said, I won't miss this. Let's try this and see if that gets me. And there's my, okay. So it's probably in var www and then just here. Where did it say it would be? Web root, right. It's just var www web root. Web root. Okay. So I can see index.php, but that's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for WP config and WP content. WP config, yep, and WP content. I don't see that. Maybe it's a directory. Yeah, there it is. Okay. Verify database access. PHP my. Okay. Right. So we can go in with PHP my admin, I believe. And but how? Let's try this. No, it just opens the site. Let's see if this gives me anything. Oh, export. No, that doesn't help me at all. Migration? No, that's just different. Okay, that doesn't help me at all. Okay. Don't have access PHP my admin. I can get into leftish.media WP admin though. Pop into WP my admin. So leftish.media WP my admin. VP admin. Right. Okay. Right, I'm in. So we can see this is the same site, right? There's the first link that's in it. We'll go back to the dashboard. All right. New chat, okay. Not sufficient alone, yeah. Doesn't, right, without settings, users, plugin. I don't really have any plugins, but okay. Option 1. Plugins, add new. Install Updraft Plus, backup restore. Okay. Plugins. Oops. Plugins. Add new. Add plugin. Search. Okay, it's kind of hard to tell. There's a bunch of others masquerading as this. Let's just confirm. Is it? Okay. See again, gotta be careful. Why? Because it's Chat GPT. Where'd it go? Oh, here we go. Okay, so we'll install now. Installed. Okay. Go back here. Backup database only. Download the SQL. Okay. Okay. So how? Oh, activate. Okay, back up. Let's hit back up now. Database only. Okay. The backup has succeeded. Okay, here we go. There it is. This is a pretty good program. I like this. Okay. Click to download. Downloading. Download to my computer. There it is. Don't want to open it. Show it in folder, and I don't see it. Where'd it go? Oh, there we go. Okay. It's hard to explain, but I do all my downloads into images. It's just easier for me that way because I download a lot of images. Now Windows is trying to figure out what to do here. All right, there it is. Okay, copy, and let's try extracting it. Okay. Extract to images. Oops. And what did that produce for us? Okay. And it produced something called this. If I double click on it, I don't really get anything. Let's open it up in the text editor and we'll see what we get here. WordPress database backup. Looks like it's SQL to me. And find next. There's the image. Alright, and I'll bet you I can find next. Find next. Close. Okay, so it's got that Carney stuff in it, so we can close the document. Okay. Now what? All right, let's just tell it what I've got. I have which I opened it is an SQL file. Exactly what we need. Import the database into MariaDB. Okay. From the directory where the file exists. Oh, better point out. File is on my local desktop, not in the VPS. So we're going to have to SCP it into the VPS, I believe. It's usually how that works. Yep. All right, and we'll go straight into, okay. So, we'll go to my local, oh, that's my RSS reader. Okay, we're in PowerShell. CDE images, oops, CDE / images, ls, whoa, maybe I should clean that. What were they called again? Backup. Okay, so let's have a peek at that again. Just make sure we're in the right directory. I believe we are. Excuse me, there it is. Okay, so let's SCP it. System cannot find the file specified because it doesn't recognize that backslash. So we'll just make it all one command. That's one of those gotchas, you know, like if you don't know what's going on. Why isn't it working? It said it would work. Okay. All right, all is one command. No such file or directory. Sure there is. Oh, it's got you put SQL on it. Don't assume. File is called command failed when you added the .sql. Now it's going to be very contrite. Oh, it wasn't. Okay, so let's copy this. Well, I don't need to copy it again. I've just simply removed the SQL on it. There we go. Now we should find that on the server. So there it is. Okay. Let's remove unusual line terminators. It's just, yeah, that's probably not a problem here, but could be a problem. Oh, like if I was using code, it would definitely break a Perl script. Okay. And those terminators were probably added in the extraction process. Okay. Edit, or sorry, import on the VPS with your exact name. Okay. If I have access to do that. Okay, well there's two steps. Here's the first step. So we're going to copy it from the VPS into the Docker container. Or actually into into the container, but into a temporary file on the container. We did that before with Grasshopper as well. It says I have a file that I haven't saved. What file would that be? Backup itself. Yeah, okay, so let's save that. Okay, now I think we're fine with the / commands here. Yep. Okay. Now, I don't know that this part is going to work. And I'm also not sure I want to share it to the world in video. So let's move it over here and we'll see what happens. So I'm just doing this off the screen. And it failed. Why did it fail? No such file or directory. Okay, let's report all this to ChatGPT and we'll see what it says. Right, pipe the file from inside the container. Stupid ChatGPT. All right. And again, we'll do this off screen in case something is exposed, because I forgot to tell it not to expose passwords or anything. MySQL not found. All right. Should be found. Should be in there and running. Okay. It said this would be silent, so all right. MySQL not found again. Okay. Let's see what Docker processes are running. There's one Maria, it's 26, and the other one was 9 days. So we're looking at this one, the container ID. Oops, too much. It's not finding it. Here are the running containers. I need to actually go into the container. I know this from before we had to go in. First, confirm the file is really there. Okay. All right. It is there. Then run the import using that exact path. Runs the MySQL client in a throwaway container. Now it ran. Maybe. No, MySQL not found. Like I say. It's not available under that name. All right, let's do a quick verification. I'm going to run the verification first. Nothing. Okay, that's actually a good sign. And now let's run this command. Called MariaDB. Huh. That's a new one. Usually it's just called MySQL. Now we'll run the show tables command again. Jeez, I keep opening the wrong window. I've talked about that in the past. There we go. And let's report our success. I typed the U because I clipped it when I copied it. Okay, next step should be files. We'll copy WP content. Okay, so let's create a target dir here first. Okay, so I keep going into the wrong place. All right, I can just do that from here. Yep. And that should show up here. And WP content. Yep, there it is. Okay. This is looking good. Check that out, the index and all the other stuff there too already. I wonder where that came from. Maybe when we ran the compose. Oh, it just says silence is golden. I do wonder where all that came from. WP includes. I don't recall adding any of that. That's kind of curious. I'm just curious when I did that. So I looked at sorry, oops, leftish. it must have been written. It was written by the server itself when I started. I'll bet you. Okay, never mind. Directory, and it's full of stuff I didn't put there. Was this written by WordPress when we started it up? Probably yes, right? Yes. Perfect. Okay. No, I should have should have SFTP SSH access, but I'm not sure. Let's go to Reclaim. Keep here. Yeah, I don't know if I've ever actually connected to it. But I do have a key pair for Reclaim. So let's see. Well, let's just try SSH first. And we'll go back to PowerShell and we'll try to go into it. Login command not found. Oh, CON content there. Closed. Okay. Let's try something slightly different. Let's try FTP access. See, this is, back in the days when you just used the username and password, the only thing, well, of course, you would always lose your username and password, but okay. Down, data MOOC, new tab. Okay, so new site, SFTP. Okay, come back here. Where's Reclaim Cloud Dashboard? Okay, just copy that. And go back to, okay, is that it? No, that's not it. Oh, there it is. It's not the one I'm using. Here we go. Paste. Okay. Port 3022. There we go. And now advanced. Authentication. Private key files. Open. Okay. We'll log in. And we're in. And we're in WP content. Okay, so let's come back. I have SFTP access to WP content. Okay, download the entire directory and then upload to the VPS. All right, I think I can do that. So, well, I can easily download it, so let's do that first. So, websites, I'm gonna have to, I've never actually downloaded all this stuff, so I have to create a new directory for it. New directory, leftish.media. Alright. And I'll make a directory for that. WP content. And now everything over. Oh, I thought that was the speed at which it was downloading, but no. It's going to calculate the directory size first. It'd be nice if there was an easier way to do this. I seem to have a number of plugins. I didn't realize I had those plugins running. Back into Reclaim. I'm just curious now. The root, WP content, plugins. What have we got in here? Oh yeah, Activity Pub, Axiomat, Filebird, a bunch of stuff. Various themes. Mostly I don't use any of these. Upgrade, uploads, etc., etc., etc. Okay. How are we doing with our download? Still calculating directory size. It's taking a very long time to calculate directory size. That's normal. Oh, it's actually moving stuff now. 3%. Okay. Won't be long. Local PC. It will be NE website. Is that uppercase? I think it's uppercase. Doesn't matter on Windows, but I like to, you know. Yeah, it's uppercase. Websites leftish.media, and I think it's in WP content, right? Let's go back in here and check. We'll just be sure. Yeah. 5%. WP content. Good. Let it finish. Okay, so we're going to let it finish. So this is a good time if you're watching to take a break. And I'm just going to put it up here on the file transfer. And I'm going to go get a coffee. And just let it do its thing. So, how are we doing? We're up to 17%. Okay. Let's see about where the domain name is while we're doing this. I believe it's sitting in Reclaim. So let's go to Reclaim Cloud. Yay! There's an Olympic hockey game on there in the background. Oh, right, that link never works. Or Reclaim Media. No. Reclaim Hosting. Duh. Okay, and we'll go into client area login. Now this gets pretty slow here, so we'll just have to be patient. Claim hosting, log in. And again, slow. There we go. And we want cPanel. zones, zone editor, and it's not here. Okay, so it's somewhere else. Maybe it's on Cloudflare. I know, isn't this terrible? Cloudflare, login. Verifying that I am human. I don't know how it knows that I'm human. Actually, I think it's reading my mouse movements is how it knows I'm human. That's just my guess. Ah, there we go. Leftish.media. Okay. So, there's the domain. DNS records. And, yeah, we're going to edit. And we're going to change it from that, which I recognize by now as reclaim, and we're going to convert it to the IP address for OV Cloud, which is here. And let's, here we go. So we'll put that in. Okay. Save. Okay, so CNAME, www would work, but I don't care enough. That's terrible, isn't it? Okay. So now we should actually, this should kind of give us a broken site, secure connection failed, right, of course. So, but Caddy handles all that for me. So we'll give it a few seconds now, and Caddy will set up the Let's Encrypt secure hosting setup. So when we try it again, no, nothing yet. Okay. HTTPS leftish media. No. Okay, well, we'll dig into the source of that problem in a bit. We're still at 32%. Okay. Good, let it finish. One step when this completes is to upload it to the VPS. Okay. Okay, while I'm waiting, I moved over the DNS. Okay. Okay, nothing. Well, okay, let's dig it and see. Dig it, dig it. Yep, we got the new site. And now we'll visit again. Oh, I forgot to restart Caddy. Copy. So we'll restart Caddy. All right, now they give me something to check. Let's check the logs. Okay. Looks good. Let's try accessing the site again. There we go. File not found. Perfect. And it's perfect because the file is in fact not found. Until the front controller is being handled correctly and or index. Yep. Let's, okay, we'll just show the exact caddy block. Oh, right. We don't have see, we have static indices, right? Let's give it that as well as the other bit. And we'll bring this. That might give him the information he needs. Keep calling him he. I don't know if I want to call ChatGPT a he or a she. I don't want to call it an it. It just doesn't seem right to me. So, block is almost right, but with handle, you're not giving caddy proper try routes. Replace the site block with this and keep all else unchanged. But that is what the site block has. What's different? Handle. Oh. Right, I see. Got it. The handle, right, because the handler, okay, never mind. We'll just do that. So we'll replace this with this, Control S, and then we'll restart caddy. And now this should come up as a blank page, I think. Nope, still file not found. I don't know. I don't know. Let's wait till we upload the files and then we'll try it again. We're almost there. 85%. Maybe I'll try. WordPress should not import that snippet. Okay. Yeah, that's a good idea. Let's run that. We're just killing time here mostly. Yeah, it's there. I knew it would be because I've already seen it. Oh, did I not? Good. Index.php exists. Oh, we're beginning to run out of context window here. Uh-oh. Not much of a context window on this. Because the request is hitting file server without being rewritten to index.php. Okay. Replace with this. We're getting fancier and fancier. But he has had it, or she or it has had its issues trying to write caddy files. Okay, now let's try hitting it. Nope, still file not found. I don't know. How's this doing? Oh, it's done. Oh, that's the other one. No, it isn't. This is it. It's done. Okay. Let's go back to the upload command. That would be the SCP probably. Here we go. Oh, it's just partial. to the VPS. Left tack caps lock. Do this one step. Oh, it's getting slow. It's getting slow. Okay. Oops, not here. Keep doing that. All right. Let's go. Rsync. Okay, should put all of that into WP content. Let's open it up. So, okay, let's open it up so we'll be able to see it go in. The source and destination can it both be remote? Right, because this needs to be from the local host. And it needs to be one line because PowerShell can't handle multi-line commands. So we'll do it all in one line. Okay, that's kind of what I thought would happen. So let's complain to it. Nothing is wrong. Let me show, yeah, I can. We do have a way of connecting. Oops. Okay. Oh no, it's something different. I have connected before with this. This isn't it, though. That's Cloud, Flask, Agora, Data. I would have sworn I had made one for OVH. I guess I didn't save it. Okay, we'll just get all this information. Oh, why am I SSHing into? Oh, that's no. Oh, here we go. Ubuntu. Okay, so Ubuntu. Da 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 da. Okay. Ubuntu. And advanced and authentication. Private key file. ID. Okay. Let's save this. OVH VPS. And do I want to go into the SRV? Yeah, I'm pretty much always going to want to go into the SRV folder. Login. It should work. Yes, it did. All right. It went to home Ubuntu instead. Okay, SRV, www, leftish.media. Okay, let's see where it wants me to put it. HTML WP content. WP content. All right, this should be Websites, leftish media, WP content, there we go. Everything over. Permission denied. Okay. So let's go here. Okay, CD, SRV, www, ls-l. Okay, so right off the bat, I want to put leftish media in the www data group. So chgrp www data leftish.media. Operation not permitted. Let's try a sudo. That did it. ls-l. Okay. Oh, well, everything in there is okay. See what's WP content. These www data. Okay. WP content. ls-l. Okay. Let's try that again. Don't think that fixed it, but yeah, getting permission denied. Okay. And I'm assuming it's a group issue. I'm logged in as Ubuntu, and I might not be in that group properly. We'll go back to here. To the VPS using SFTP, logging in as Ubuntu, and tried to copy, send files to srv www leftish.media html wp content dot so yeah, here we go. Okay, let's see then. We'll try that. Okay, now we'll try. And it's going. Time left, 2 minutes or so. Exciting, riveting video, isn't this? Oh, hey, Mark. I just noticed you. I don't know how long you've been there. Uh-oh. Retry. Oh, HT access. Okay. Let's just skip HT access. If the problem persists, turn off setting permissions. Okay, well, let's just see what ChatGPT says. Error occurred. Error occurred. My memory is crap. While setting the permissions and or timestamp. While setting the permissions and or timestamp. You're watching curling too. Oh, I got your email. Thank you. And yeah, pitchers and catchers. Less enthusiastic about the Olympics. Oh, are you hearing the curling in the background? That must be it. I'm not watching the curling. I'm kind of focused on this, but Andrea's watching it. Okay. So, in your FTP, disable both preserve permissions, set permissions. Okay, so let's just stop what we're doing then. So abort. Okay. Now, what do we need to do? If that's what you're using, uncheck set permissions. Where? Transfer settings. Transfer settings. Oh, here we go. Configure. Transfer. Drag and drop. I can't find it. Silly. Where? Two screens. Yeah, I've got two screens too. I'm actually watching the OBS in your chat on one screen. See, there you are. And doing this on the other. I find that's the best way to do it. Okay, do this exactly. Login screen before connecting. Okay, so let's disconnect. Okay, new tab. Okay. Okay, login screen before connecting. Login. I'm not advanced. Login screen. Click advanced. Go to transfer, edit, uncheck set permissions. Okay. I'll have to edit this then. Okay. Edit. Advanced. Transfer settings rule. Preserve timestamps. No. We'll remove the calculate total size too. We don't care. I I don't see. Oh, there. Set permissions wasn't set. So it must have been the timestamps. Okay. Why won't it say okay? No. Well, that's kind of weird. Advanced. Transfer settings. It's the OK is still grayed out. Well, I don't understand. See, theirs is fine. It's exactly the same. Maybe it thinks I'm connected. I'm going to close off all my connections. Maybe I had multiple. Okay. Cancel. Yes, I want to save my changes. Edit. Advanced. Oh, now they're gone. Cancel. Oh, here we go. Transfer settings rule. See, it's still grayed out. Okay. Save the setting. Temporary transfer settings, not the global ones. Okay. Cancel. Advanced. Global preferences. You won't let me. From the main SCP window. No. Okay. And we're going to close all of these as well. Close this. Okay. Alright, from the main SCP window, session, new session. I don't have session. This probably won't work either, but okay, that won't go. And that won't go. Nope, that doesn't. No. Let's try a new tab. Yeah. Let's do that. Tabs. Oops, tabs. New tab. Or I can just do this. Where'd it go? Yeah, there you go. New tab. Okay, let's go here first. Global preferences. No, it won't let me click global preferences. Advanced. No. Cancel. Close. Okay. Doesn't say, but there is an option to select new tab. There is advanced, but it won't let me click on global preferences. So stupid. Use this path. It works in all recent versions. You'll see the login in the left pane. Yeah, well, see, I am trying to do that. Okay. New tab. Click Advanced. Click Advanced. In the left pane, transfer. We don't see transfer in the left pane anywhere. Connection, proxy tunnel. We don't see this in the left pane. I have use the version independent guaranteed paths. Code transfer. Click it. Okay. Close. Okay, click New tab. Click Advanced. Once again, I want to tell you this. I want to be like Bernie Sanders. Oh. No, it won't let me change it. SFTP. No. It wants me to change timestamps for daylight savings times. Maybe I have a really old or really new version. It just doesn't say transfer anywhere except in that one place where I can't edit it. So upload to my home directory instead. It's not a bad idea. Let's cancel. Close. That's not a bad idea at all. Okay. New tab. Okay, let's log in. Right. Oh, transfer settings. All right, no, that's right. Configure. Add, edit. Oh, I found it somehow. And let's remove that because we don't care. Unbelievable. Okay, now it's uploading. And it wasn't the solution that ChatGPT recommended. I found a way. It's uploading. Crazy, crazy, crazy. And then do one command on the VPS to normalize ownership. R33, R33. That must be the 33 is the www dot whatever. Forgotten who it is. Not here, here. Data. Data user. I'm going to say yes. Okay. That's why we use. Okay. All right. Oh, it signed me out. It signed me out. Can you believe it? Unbelievable. It signed me out right in the middle of a session. Why would it do that? Crazy. So, I don't know if you were saying anything after you said 2 screens, Mark, but I don't know why Google does that. How are we doing? Time elapsed. It's not going to calculate the time because speed unlimited, yeah. And for unlimited speed, it's moving at 121 k's per second on 100 gig or whatever fiber. So obviously the throttling's happening at the other end. But we're moving along, 25% uploading. We're almost done this. We'll just have to figure out the caddy file and then that'll be the transfer. Could watch some curling while I wait. CBC Gem is streaming everything. Oh, sign in to watch. I think I just signed in with Google, not this. Yeah, there we go. So I can watch everything live, and everything's here. Oh, that's tomorrow. Oh yeah, it's 6 p.m. so it's like midnight there now. Yeah. So there's not going to be anything live at the moment, I don't think. Yeah. Yeah, we're all done for today. Tomorrow we see a bunch of stuff. So let's go back. So Winter Olympic Games prime time, day 1. This is your best coverage, CBC Gen. I tell you. It's today at 6:20 and it's 6:04. Today at 7:50 p.m. Okay, so this is repeat coverage of stuff that happened today at 11:50 p.m. Right, so that's when it starts for the morning. So that's at like, I don't know, 5:50 a.m. So 6 a.m. in the morning there tomorrow. Oh, Pacific prime and overnight, right? So prime time day 1. So I don't know what's on Gem at the moment, but I guess because there's no live events, everything is not there. Okay. Well, could watch the news. Could watch Schitt's Creek. R.I.P. Catherine O'Hara. More Milano. Small achievable goals. This Marvelous Mrs. Maisel is just super excellent. Oh, I don't think I ever saw the 5th season. I think I only saw to the end of the 4th season. And it's just super. Anyhow, how are we doing? Looks like we're all uploaded. Let's go in here. Let's have a look. Yep, everything's uploaded. Excellent. Okay. So I don't need that anymore. Okay. Let's come back. Let's close CBC. Okay, everything. Oh, right, we need to do this too. All right. Okay, now let's just try and see if it works. It might or it might not. It does not. Okay. Thing is uploaded. I ran. Okay. Still get file not found on https leftish.media. Didn't expect this to take all day, actually. I thought it'd be maybe an hour. Shows what I know. Actually, it didn't take all day. It's taken maybe a couple hours. 3 hours? I don't know. Not that long. But not an hour. Is a classic PHP FPM path mismatch. Caddy's root is Okay. HTML, PHP. All right. Set the fast FCGI route to, then restart caddy. Okay, well, we can do that. So let's change this on the caddy file. Okay, caddy file. So once again, rewriting this. Save that. We'll restart the caddy file. Logs, restart proxy caddy. Okay. Now what does it say? If it still fails, okay. And error establishing a database connection. That's an improvement. At least it's finding the right file. That means, you're going to be slow now, aren't you? Come on, there we go. Still has the old reclaim. Okay. So I'm going to fix the settings. Make sure these match your Docker setup. All right. What was my Docker setup? Okay, well, there is no password or anything in my Docker setup. This is my Docker setup. So I see no password declarations or anything in there. So that's why I looked at it off screen just in case, but I was pretty sure. So DB name, DB user, just a strong password. I wonder what my password was on the other site. Let's go look on the other site and see what it was. So that'll be in reclaim, and that'll be in WP config, and I'm going to look at this off screen. And right. Yeah, all of that's probably wrong. Okay, let's see what ChatGPT says about this. I mean, clearly it needs to be set up. Right. Oh, right, okay. All right, let's see. DB is about the WordPress stack. Oh, that's only the caddy stack. Caddy stack? Caddy stack? Right, let's check the WordPress stack. Okay, I'll do this off screen here. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to change. I may have to restart the containers, so that's what I'll do probably. Oh, that's the database. Okay, I never changed the original password in the compose YML file you gave me. And it probably doesn't match WP config. I'll just check that to be sure. Let's have a quick check. Where is it? Gotta be indeed. Oh, in here? No. There it is. Yeah. Oh, it's even worse. It's using example username, example password. Okay. Confirm it doesn't. So I need to set passwords and compose.yml. Or a safer way to do this. And then rewrite config to match. Then rebuild the container. Hopefully that doesn't overwrite what we have. Let's see what it says to that. Again, we're running out of context window. It says yes. So let's start on that effort. Database settings and keys. Okay. I know you don't need Safeway. Don't use an env file. Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. I like that. All right. Why do things open in the wrong place? Okay, so copy this code. copy that, and we're going to run that command, and we'll do it off the screen here so that you don't see it. Sorry folks, but that's the way it works. Okay, and now we just will update compose to reference the new environmental variable. So where's the compose? Okay, I'm going to scroll this off the screen so you don't see it. Now I can do that here and you'll be able to see me do it. Okay. So that's up in here, compose. Okay. So WPDB name. And this really is the way to do it for everything, right? Okay, WPDB name. WPDB user. And WPDB password. And now it just picks these up from the environmental variables. So they're not actually ever someplace you can find them. Well, I suppose you could. Anything can be found, I suppose. But they're not going to be leaked if somebody sees files from this site. They're not going to be leaked. Okay, DB environment. Maria database. WPDB name. WPDB user. WPDB password. Right. WPDB root password. Okay. We'll save that. Now we'll set config to do the same thing. So we'll go back down here. WP config. Here it is. Okay. So define DB password to match. Oh, I can't just step 3, I can't just use notice it's forgotten that I don't want multi-step instructions. Just plain PHP. Oh, okay, we do it this way. Use environmental properly. Let's find if file permissions are tight. They are. Hard code once. No secrets. If you want clean separation, I do. Use B. Okay. Let's copy that. And DB name. We have to do them all separate lines. All right. DB name. DB user. That way, even if somebody somehow gets into my WP config file, they're not going to get my database user and password, which is what I want. user. So get env is the secret in PHP. Password. I don't see get host. Oh, there it is. All right. I don't mind putting that. Well, okay, I'll do this. So this gives it an option. So this will return nothing, so it will pick up on this, but that's fine. All right, so let's save that. Okay. Did option D. All right. Now, I still think I need to rebuild the containers, or at least restart them. Next. Next. Okay, we need to verify that these actually exist in the container. Okay, fair enough. I'm going to run this off screen just in case. And that doesn't look right. That looks wrong. That looks like they're not set. Because your compose is still using the literal word. Yeah, exactly. And what? And file. Oh, okay, I see. Right. We have to declare env file explicitly in order to import the environment. New to me, never heard of that before. Okay, so let's do that. So we'll go back up here, compose YAML, and where does that go? It goes right after DB and right after WP. Okay. So right here. And right here. All right, let's just give them the full compose file. Then apply without rebuild. Oh, okay. Docker compose up. Okay. Recreated. All right. Everything should work now. And it does not. Did all that. Still error establishing a database connection. So I wonder, let's try that command again. Okay. It doesn't repeat the password, it just says that it's set, so that's good. Alright, so we're going to do that. Oops, that's not, it didn't copy. I hate it when it does that. Alright, let's copy. And we'll run that. Glad I've got instructions. This would be really hard doing it without instructions. Okay. Oops. Just looking at this and wondering that because this looked wrong. Oh, I think it's just part of the instruction. Okay. Let's go back. And then step 2, we'll test the credentials. That's a good idea. Stupid thing. Once again, it didn't copy. I don't know why it doesn't copy sometimes. And then 3, interpret results. Yeah. Okay, put that in here. Oh, cannot connect to local circuit through socket. So we got something weird happening. Copy that. So it's not even a password issue anymore. Now it's something different. Environmental variables are set. Yep. Won't be long. He says, hopefully. We're really running out of context window here. Okay, the DB test failed because I told you to use network, which doesn't have the Maria. We should... We should run the client in the DB containers namespace like you did earlier and connect to 127.001. Okay, let's try that. Oh, using password no. That's kind of weird. That's because this is not set in my host shell. Okay. That's entirely possible. Although I thought I had set it in my host shell. But okay, we'll try this. And I will run this off screen because I'll be typing in the actual password here. So let's, and I'll show you, I'll tell you what happened. I can't show you. Okay, now let's try that. Still access denied. Oops, I don't type that here. Hang on, I'll just copy it. I think I can copy it without showing the password. Yeah. So annoying. Changing environment variables doesn't retroactively change an existing MariaDB user inside a persistent volume, of course. So we have to change the password for the user into the one in the environment. All right. And we have to do this explicitly. Okay. So I'm doing this off screen. Ooh, and I have to use my root password too. Uh-oh. I have the feeling this is going to fail. Oops, that's wrong. That's wrong in both places. It's still not going to work. And the reason why it's not going to work is because the root password won't have changed either. But I'll try something. Access denied for root. Okay. Try something. So I need to figure out how to change my root password on the SQL database. All right, let's give that a shot. Nope. So the situation now is I have the database started. We don't know what the root password is, if anything, and we don't know what the user password is, if anything. Because I just used the compose file that ChatGPT gave me, and I did not check and read closely enough that compose file, which would have defined the passwords. So I just ran it with the defaults, and that may well have simply been rejected. Okay. Silly thing. Oh, okay. Come on, let me copy. There we go. Oh. Well, I just saw all my passwords. Try root login with that value. Okay. Access denied. Do a controlled reset. Well, that's fine. Well, that's what I told you we had to do that way back when. You said, no, we don't have to do that. So we may have to upload the SQL back into the database. I wonder how we got it in the first place. Huh. That's a good question. Oh, let's try. I just need to check something above. That really should have worked. Let's try that once more. No. Let's try. WP user. Oh. Oops. Dang. I'm always hitting that. That actually worked. Okay, root can't get in, but the user can. Okay. Still going back up through the instructions. Okay. There it is. There it is. Okay. Okay, good. Okay, I managed to get into both root and WP user. Can't tell you how I did it. You don't want to know how I did it. Okay. So let this be a lesson to you when you're running a Docker Compose file. Check the passwords. Even if ChatGPT completely forgets to say anything. All right. Okay. I got into root and WP user. I need to change the root password first. Okay, so he's going to think about it for a bit. I think I can show you this. Oh, there's not much to see. He's just thinking about it. Okay. Do this in one step. You know, it's kind of weird. I've asked him, don't give me multiple step instructions he's interpreting that as, okay, find a way to do whatever it is in one step. As opposed to, okay, first we'll do this step, then we'll do this step. It's interesting. Okay, so this will change the root password. And user should change it. I'm just doing exactly what he said, except putting in the actual passwords. All right, and then immediately verify. Right. Right. Right, it works. Now to change WP user password. Oops, WP user, okay. I think he interpreted not to mean now, I think. That's such a bad typo. Not versus now, and it happens a lot. Almost through the context window. We're getting close now, though. I think once I change this password, it's going to work. I feel good about that. Copy, paste it in here. Okay. Okay. And we got everything? Yes, we do. Oh, it failed. Why did it fail? Maybe I need to use the old password. No, I don't think so. That error means error 1396 HY000. So it has a very specific meaning. For me, it means nothing, but ChatGPT should know it. This is why we use ChatGPT, even though it can be pretty stupid sometimes. Okay, I'm just going to check, because I'm sort of curious. Oh, it did work. Set the password for the user that does exist. Okay, it actually did work, but I'm going to copy this anyways. And that way password. And hit enter. That it liked. Okay. Reload the site. Reload the site. No. How can, oh, we need to, no. But I know my users exist. I know my user can access the database. So that part is done. It's only the WP config that would be an issue. And maybe the get env doesn't work for it. That's easy enough to test. So I'll test that. So what I've got is this, and what I'll do is I'll just put in the actual password here, the username and password, and we'll just try to do that. So let's go back. Yeah, here we go. So let's take this back. All right. So I put the actual passwords into the WP config file. Looks like there's a problem with the site. Oh, I got a typo in there. Still an error. Okay. Okay, it's named WordPress. It's definitely WP user. It's definitely the right password. Right. Okay. Add a private network for, okay. I like that. So, I'm going to go back to the compose file, and I'll just scroll all this up so you don't see it. Okay, so now you can look at it. All right, we'll just move this over here. So, services, WP, and so right under web, we're going to go WP internal. Oops. And then down here, web networks, WP. Driver bridge, that's interesting. I'm going to leave that in. Then apply Docker Compose up. We'll try that. Okay. Now we'll try reloading the site. Still a database error. Okay, let's remove that thing I left in. Oh, I put this in the wrong spot. Okay, never mind. Never mind. You know, there never was networks under DB. I really think you need to have networks under DB to connect on the network. So DB networks, WP internal. Okay. Doesn't say where, doesn't matter where. Put it under volume. WP internal, and then web, WP internal, and we don't need the driver, we won't play with the driver. And then we'll do the compose again. Oh. Maybe I've made a typo. Networks, volumes. Pretty sure I did what he said. Web external true. Networks, WB internal. It's the only place I've put it. See what he says. Create only the word. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Let's just look at the hosts. Okay. We're looking good now. We just never had. Oh, it reloaded already. Ha! And there it is, running on the new server. And I can prove that because we'll go back here and we'll stop Leftish Media. Not that I have any doubt. And of course, all of that turned themselves off. And we'll run it again. And WP admin should work. It should even remember my credentials. And yes. So I have successfully, if after a while, migrated my site from Reclaim to my VPS. So the big gotcha there, it didn't bother to add a network for the database. I don't know why it thought it could do that. So that was the one thing. The other thing was I didn't check the compose file for passwords in databases. So that was an issue. That took up a lot of time just figuring out that I did that, first of all. And then secondly, messing around with everything, trying to make it all work again. Doing it in the environment was probably an unnecessary extra step. Let me try going back to the way config was, though, and I'll see if I can't go back to the environment variables for that, because I'd really prefer that rather than the way it's sitting right now. So, oh no, I don't need to move this over. I want to be in this, and I want to move this over. So I'm going to go back to WP config. And then can I just control Z? Yes, I can. Okay, I'm just going to try it like that. Yeah, and it looks like we're still fine. Yeah, so I've returned it, so that was never the problem. I've returned it to these environment variables. So the environment variables are set, they're in the machine. You can't find them on a file anywhere. So just because you break into the file system doesn't mean you're going to get access to the passwords. You're going to actually have to run something that displays these environment variables. So that's nice and secure. Yeah. There's probably more things I could do to secure it, but that's what I've done for now. So we're done. Can you believe it? Took a while. Took all afternoon to do, but we got it done. We got it done. All right. So that was actually easier than migrating Grasshopper, which took several days. All right. So thanks for joining me. And I'll see you next time. I'm going to migrate a couple of simple Python applications, and that's actually going to complete the migration of my services to my new VPS, and will save me hundreds of dollars every month. So I like that. And then we can start doing new stuff on the VPS, which is what I'm really looking forward to doing. So that's it for now. Thanks, everybody. See you again.